Hi, this is Drew from Weekly, a better budgeting app, and in this video, Dan answers a question from a customer about what to do when you pay for a recurring expense using cash. Dan, we have a question here from a customer that asks, if I have a recurring expense that I pay for in person, I assume with cash, not with a credit card, how do I add it into Weekly?
Great question. There may be a couple of reasons why you pay some recurring expense and you don't have a bank transaction associated with it. One might be you pay for it in cash. Another might be you have a card like the Apple Card that isn't supported, and so the bank transaction doesn't sync. So fortunately, it's pretty easy to add the transaction yourself. So for today's example, I'm on the budget page within Weekly. And I'm going to go in here to music lessons. Let's say that I have a child who does music lessons and I pay $50 a week in cash. And so I'm just going to tap into the item details and then hit the plus button next to transactions here towards the top of the screen. And that's going to open up the new transaction page with all the information filled out, because we pretty much know the destination, and the amount is going to be just the recurring item amount of $50. Of course, I can make any adjustments to this if I wanted to, like I could change the date back to last Friday, for example, and then go ahead and hit create. So when I make that transactions, two things will happen. One is the transaction gets created and I can see it here in my list of transactions. It also updates the next transaction date for the upcoming items report. So the next transaction date is March 24th, since this transaction happens every week. And the last one was a week ago on March 17th. So if I go into the dashboard page, I can see tomorrow, since I set the transaction back 6 days, the next one is tomorrow. I've got an upcoming music lesson payment that's due.
And can you also add the transaction from this page?
Yeah, great question. So right on the dashboard, I can also add a transaction here on the transactions widget. So I can hit the plus button here and then add any kind of transaction, safe to spend, transfer, fund, or recurring. There's a little bit of advantage to going into the recurring item first, because you don't have to fill in all the details. They'll be filled out for you. But I could definitely come in here and do these music lessons. There it is. And fill it out for the $50 and put it in here. Music lessons. And then create it from there.
Thank you. Thanks for watching, and if you would like to try Weekly out for yourself, you can click the link in the description for this video, or you can check us out at weeklybudgeting.com.